Good morning, world. Today we're going to look at the Sarmonic Smartrig Plus. It's a mixer that you can hook to your smartphone. It comes with a TRRS 3.5mm jack, and I'm using it in this case with this adapter. It's a TRRS adapter, the one that you can buy at the Apple Store or many other stores to connect headphones and a microphone. And you hook this up just like so with a lightning port, and you can hook it up to your smartphone, or your iPhone rather. You can also get adapters that are TRRS to USB-C and hook it up to your Android device, and again to the headphone jack of many things. So in this review we're going to look at a couple things. One, how does this sound? How does it sound on a DSLR? Hooking it up with this. How does it sound recording through an iPhone 12? And can you use this hooked to your computer as a solution using the 3.5mm jack? And how does that sound? And how does it compare to the onboard mic on a phone and the way I'm recording this right now, which is this microphone right here connected to the camera, the DSLR that I'm using to film this. So let's check this out. So first, I want you to just take a listen to the sound that you're hearing right now. This is this microphone connected to the camera. This is what I've done in the past. I think it sounds great. I don't really know when I would use this with my DSLR. I do have a solution. I have a Nikon Z6, and with it I can connect two mics, two of these lapel mics, and it sounds great. When I do so, it's the 3.5mm jack. When I do use this with my DSLR, I'm using this right here, a splitter, a TRRS splitter. It splits it to the left and right, and then two of these, and then the XLR, one for the left channel, one for the right channel. And when it goes into the camera with two people, like you're doing an interview or two people speaking, whatever the scenario is, it sounds great. So I'm going to see if this sounds equal to, better than, or worse than what I normally would use. Alright, now we're using this right here connected to the camera using this mixer, the Smartrig Plus by Sarmonic, with the Sennheiser dongle connected to this microphone. And let's see how does this sound. Does it sound different, better, or worse? At this time I don't know because I haven't listened to it. So I'd really be interested to hear how this sounds. Alright, now let's try this in an iPhone. And now we're trying this with the iPhone, the Sarmonic Smartrig Plus with a Sennheiser dongle connected to the microphone, which you can see right there, and the receiver is in my pocket. We'll see how this sounds. Now if this sounds worse, then it's probably the connector, the adapter that's going from the TRRS 3.5mm to Lightning. And it's a really thin cord. The one that you would get from the Apple Store would work great for listening to music, things like that. But maybe it's not working good for this. We don't know yet. But if you're hearing this and it sounds terrible, then that's probably why. I'm guessing. And we'll try different adapters at a later time if that's the case. All right. Well, let's see how this sounds. Right, here is another test with the Sarmonic Smartrig Plus. This time we have the gain setting much lower. It's hard to see it on the camera, so I'll point it with my thumb. So the gain is set to where the white line begins, right there. Whereas before it was set kind of in the middle, down there. And it sounded distorted there, but when it's near where it begins at that white line there, it sounds much better. But still, does this sound as good as the DSLR? I'm not sure. Or is this a good replacement for the mic on an iPhone? And that's for you to judge. And I'm not able to hear it right now, but I will listen to it here in a moment as I put it all together. And let's see how this works out. Hi, here we are trying the Smartrig Plus by Sarmonic with the Sennheiser dongle connected to a microphone, and the receiver is in my pocket. So we have this on the camera setting, and we'll see how this sounds as compared to this device hooked to an iPhone, and this device hooked to a DSLR, and this right here connected straight to a DSLR via an adapter, not using this. So we'll see how all those different things are. Now the camera might look different, and it's because I'm on a webcam here, the webcam that I would use for Zoom, things like that, and we'll see how this sounds. So we've looked at it with a couple things. One with using a DSLR without the Smartrig Plus, and using the Smartrig Plus with the DSLR, using the Smartrig Plus with an iPhone, and using this connected to the computer. The first thing I have to say is with the iPhone, you really have to play with the gain. And here's an issue with that. When you use the iPhone, you have to put it on the phone setting. And when it's in the phone setting, you can't hear. What do I mean by that? So right here is a headphone jack, and you can put headphones in there so you can hear what is being recorded. Now you can only hear what is being recorded when it's on the camera setting. But when you move that from the camera setting to the phone setting, you can no longer hear what's coming out of the headphone jack. Now that's problematic for many reasons, one of which is if you're doing some sort of live event, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, with your phone and you're using this as your microphone solution, you can't hear what's coming out. So you can't hear what your listeners or your viewers will be hearing over the live media. That's a huge problem. So the only way to kind of test it is to do videos and play with the gain and hope that what you did on a video will be replicated on a live event. And that is not acceptable in my opinion. Now when you're using a DSLR like this, you can have your talent be wearing a microphone, and you can listen right here through a headphone set to what they're saying. And what they are saying will be heard or recorded onto video. So is this worth $130? Yes, depending on your use case. So if you're going to use it for live stuff primarily, I would say probably not. But if you're going to get this, which has again the 3.5mm jack that you can put into a phone, you can put into a camera, you can put into anything that's with a USB-C with an adapter, iPhone again with an adapter, and anything that's a 3.5mm, you can use this with. If it fits your use case, especially, I say with a Sennheiser or any other wireless microphone that has a dongle like this or something really small, it can be really useful. Now with a DSLR, in my opinion, there really wasn't a sound difference between using this and not using this. So I would not introduce another piece of hardware just to do it. Now for the iPhone, it can be helpful, but again, for live situations, well, it's not, because you can't listen to. So I'll leave this up to you, whatever you think. In my opinion, I'd get this for vlogging if you're going to edit your videos. If you're going to primarily vlog doing live stuff, I would not get this, because you can't, as I said, you can't hear. You have no way to ensure that the hardware you're using, the microphone and everything, is working the way that you intend. But if you're going to edit it on Final Cut Pro or some other product, this could be a solution for you. At $130, it is versatile, and that was my #1 choice in getting this. Is it versatile across different things? Cameras, computers, and so forth. I would not get the version of this that's this to a lightning port, because it might be hard to find those adapters. They also make this to a USB-C, and both of those run $180, whereas this is $130. To my knowledge, the hardware inside is not different between those models and this. The only difference is it's the cord and it terminates in a USB-C or lightning. This is Stefan's how-to and reviews coming to you today, and I hope you enjoyed this and you learned a little something new. Have a great day.